Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is Ryan. This is Mike over here in his box. What's going on today, Michael?
No, I'm living the dream. Living the dream. So excited to start the week.
Yes, it's Monday. Getting some
No
shitty
place I'd
weather
rather
here in
be
Pittsburgh
than
today, I
here
hear.
right now.
What's that?
Oh, no, it's some.
Can you hear me? I think the weather might be messing with our broadcast. Michael, do you hear me? Hey, everybody. Today is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. We got a lot going on today. So if Mike could, if the there she is.
There we go. We had some internet issues here, but I think we are all well and good.
I was just telling the collective that we have we have weather coming in today, and that possibly could have made a little interference with some kind of connection.
Oh, I almost had a heart attack. Like this is all we need to, last week was bad enough. Now this week started out with like computer issues.
Yes, but we
Huh.
are back. We're back, people. We're back. We're better than ever.
Yeah.
Woo!
Ooh.
Woo!
Whoa.
What's up, Big Mike? How you doing today, sir? Labor
Oh,
Day. It's Labor Day, man.
I'm already off today, so I don't get an extra day off. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah. So Labor
Bullshit.
Day means nothing,
It means nothing to me. I'm already scheduled off today.
The only way that any of these extra holidays really mean anything is if you get the time off from work.
Exactly. Yeah, because if I'm not already off, I don't care.
You're right. Right. Other than that, it kind of sucks because usually you are having the luxury of enjoying your day off while everybody else has to go to work. And that's part of
Yeah.
the fun of having the day off.
Hmm.
But when everybody has the day off, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, it loses its luster.
It loses. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I've
Hmm.
always felt that way, like with school, work, anything.
Yeah,
I thought, if I can't just enjoy my day off, if everybody else gets to enjoy my day off, I might as well not even have the day off.
exactly. Because there's just too many people out and about now today
Yeah.
because everyone's off for the most part, and it
Yes, I couldn't
sucks.
agree more.
Sucks.
A lot of stuff, Mike. We had a lot of stuff to talk about today. And I mean, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to get started here.
Let's do this.
Of course, to start off the show, as always, the Pirates get swept over the weekend by the Toronto Blue Jays. They lose yesterday 4-3. They drop to
Oh
49 and
man.
84, 29 and a half out, 4.5 behind the Reds while sitting in last place in the division. Another sweep again. They start a Brian Reynolds 0 for 4 Sunday. They
That's your
start a
buddy.
they start a 3-game series at home against the Mets. It's supposed to start today at 12:35. However, it is postponed. The Pirates are postponed today. So if you were planning on getting your umbrellas, your parkas, and heading down to the stadium, save a trip. They postponed the game already. It's the first game at PNC Park. It's been postponed by weather before the game started yet this season. So they'll play the Mets tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, I'm sorry, they'll play a doubleheader to round out that series. Also, speaking of New York baseball, we got the Yankees again about 10 days. We go up to the
Hmm.
Bronx to play. So again, I like that. I like the Mets too, but I like to see the American League, the Yankees play the Pirates. So keep in mind, if you want to watch them crush our battling Buccos, that's about 10 days from now.
Yeah, if you want to see a real superstar, turn into watch Aaron Judge.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if 2 or 3 of your players don't leave the Bronx whenever the Pirates come home.
Let's hold him hostage. Like we'll work something out at, waiver waiver wire trade.
Yes. Mike, I got all kind of stuff here. I just I don't even know where to start. I'm just going to start. College football. College football is big this weekend. You know
Hmm.
about the barn burner between Pitt and West Virginia, and then the Penn State game. You know what? Over the weekend, the games didn't get any less any less fun to watch.
Yes.
The game a lot of people was anticipating was this LSU Florida State game yesterday,
Mhm.
and that game did not disappoint. Florida State, they were up, and LSU gets 99 yards. They score a touchdown with 0 seconds on the clock to tie it to make it 24-23. I think they were down by 1 point. And the field goal kicker for LSU comes in and shanks the kick.
Shankopotamus.
Now, that's not the only time that happened this weekend. Let me rewind to Saturday. They had the East Carolina and whoever Eastern Carolina played, but it was somebody pretty decent. And it was the same exact thing. The Eastern Carolina, that their defense stopped them. They got down the field. They went to kick a field goal at the end of the game to tie or go ahead, whatever it was, and he shanked the kick. It was just unbelievable, man. Every game that I had a chance to see was this amazing college football game this week. Of course, Ohio State beats Notre Dame in that ranking 2-5 matchup. NC State was who played East Carolina.
I was just pulling up the scores for the weekend. Yeah, number 13, NC State.
Yes, number 13, NC State. So Pitt fans like myself was hoping Eastern Carolina could pull that off because that would have helped us move up a little bit, which we'll find out later today if we did. I tell you what, that Eastern Carolina defense was tough, man. I was sitting there watching this whole game, and I thought to myself, Eastern Carolina, I'm not sure where they're at. I'm not sure if they're just sitting outside the bubble, but that's not a bad team at all, man. They really that defense was stout.
Yeah, they're in the American Conference.
American Conference
with some powerhouses like Old Dominion, Campbell, Navy.
I tell you what, I like their
schedule
because that defense was they were tough, man.
Yeah, it needs to be tough because they got number 25, 23, and 24 teams pre-season schedule on their schedule this year.
Okay. College football decided, Mike, by 2026 they're going to change their playoff format, and they're going to 12 teams in 2026. What do you think about that? Do you like that? Do you dislike that?
I like it, because right now you're doing 4 teams, and then that's kind of, it's kind of hard because you have more or less the SEC is going to have 2 teams in there every year, you figure. And then after that, Big 12, Big 10, ACC are fighting for that last spot. Right. You got these other teams that, they smaller schools outside of the big conferences, they have a great year and they just rattle off wins. What could they do if they get a chance? So now you're taking out the 12 teams, top 10, if you have just the top 10, you're going to be people arguing, well, what about teams 11 and 12? So I think this is perfect. Top 12 in there. You play like a bunch of bowl games and just figure it out. And I like it because, bigger field. It's more games that have meanings in the postseason. And I like it.
I like it a lot. I've always been a fan of the idea of the team going, or the college football going to a playoff system. I was never a big fan of the way that it was basically our whole lives. However, like you said, for me, I like to see different teams, and every once in a while, you're not going to get just Alabama, just Ohio State, just, you get these same 4 teams, and now it's going to expand a little bit. Teams that like that. I'm going to say just because it's right at the tip of my tongue, like Pitt, who they're just last year they were kind of sitting on the fence, and whether or not they deserve to be in there, I would have liked to get a chance to look at them play in the playoffs, even if they would have went in and lost their first match. You're just giving other teams different looks, and you're also helping college football, I think, because for recruiting reasons. Now these the best players don't have to go to Alabama to try to be feasible to win a national championship. You could go to that second choice team of yours, which might be Wake Forest, a team that's not Alabama.
Yeah.
So it's going to help recruiting, I think, as well, and get those guys the exposure that they want, obviously, because they want to keep continuing on with their career. I love the 12 playoffs. I personally think that it should be a 16 game. for your bracket reasons, 4, 4, 4, and 4. However, they're going with 12. I don't know what kind of shenanigans it's going to bring. I mean, you have 6 and 6. That's still uneven because somebody's is not going to be playing. You know what I mean? Once you look at the numbers, you realize that it's 12 is kind of odd and will probably be complained about. And then sometime in 2032, when they decide to change things again, they might make it an even number. But I don't know. That's just me. I could see that being an issue. But on the other hand, I am excited because it's something that I think that college football really needed. And just to kind of make it, and I don't want to say because it's a different game than pros, but you know what? At the end of the day, these guys are now going to the pros. So you kind of want to, I would think, stay on a similar type format.
Yes.
Because it's what you've done your whole life in Mighty Mites and midgets and junior high and high school. There's always a playoff system. And then all of a sudden you go to college, there's no playoff system. There's a whole separate system in place. And then you go to the pros and again, the playoffs. So I personally, and it's just me, I wouldn't mind seeing a 24. That way you have your top 24 out of 25 teams at the end of the year. You put a playoff all together. And you know what? If Alabama's the best team, they're number one, they get through the bracket, they win the whole thing. I don't see a problem with having more teams. I think more teams, the better.
So I think 24 would be too big. I like, like 12 to me right now is perfect. If it run that for a couple of years, see how it goes, then go to like 16. I'd cap it there. Because anymore, that's just going to be too many games. The season's just going to drag on and on and on, the postseason. But, if college basketball can have a tournament, why can't the football team?
Right.
You're playing a game a week,
Yes.
Do it,
Yeah, that's it too. They're not getting, it's not too much. It ain't like, you're playing multiple games a week. You still get your week's practice. Like I said, and plus again, more people are going to be interested because their team just might have a chance now. And I think that can't be bad.
And the gamblers are going to love it. The sports books are going to love it. That's more action, more games going on.
And I know one thing, the sports people, the gamblers, I don't know whether they were happy or not this weekend, but there's a lot of games that could have, like I said, on the missed extra points of the game, probably could have lost or won people a lot of money. So I'm glad I'm not into that whole thing because I'm almost certain I would lose every time. I know sports, but I know my luck even better.
A couple of those games, depending on the over/under, man, like you took Eastern Carolina, take it, with the points, and they may have won right there. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's what I told a buddy of mine. We were talking during the game, and I said, once that happened, once he shanked that kick, I said, you know what, Vegas has something to do with this somewhere.
Don't be that guy.
No, I thought it was just such a perfect. Everything, and it spelled to having this game go to extra time, and it just didn't happen. I thought, but again, I don't know. You never know what's going on out there, but it just seemed kind of funny to me. Also, Mike, the Pitt Panthers now they won last week, right? So they hit 750 all-time wins. The Pitt Panthers become the 19th team in football and college football to achieve 750 all-time wins. So people sometimes forget that this was a pretty storied franchise, just like the Pirates to a certain point before they turn into the bumbling team that we've grown to love over the past 30 years. But prior to that, with not Terry Bradshaw, Dan Marino, Tony Dorsett, all the way back, Mike Ditka, and then obviously a lot of new talent that you see popping up in the pros, making a lot of impact. So hopefully, we could keep moving in the right direction with our college program. The amount of people that showed up at the stadium the other night was encouraging. We have Tennessee coming to town this weekend in another huge game. They're pissed. We went down there last year and beat them in their house. Now they're coming up here. They feel that they had an advantage because they blew by their opponent, so they didn't have to expose much this past week.
No.
But they said that Pitt having the kind of game they had with West Virginia plays to their advantage, meaning Tennessee, because they got a chance to see more of what was in our playbook because we had to dig deeper to try to win that game. So this weekend, I think I don't know if we're going to pop 72,000 or whatever it was, but I think that North Shore is going to be packed again this weekend, man.
It should be, well, look at Tennessee, man. They played Ball State. That's a nice little tune-up game.
Yeah.
Ball State didn't get any points until halfway through the third quarter. So
Yeah.
the Tennessee run them up 59-10. So yeah, it was a nice little tune-up game for Tennessee. So it's one of those things like, do you like to have that little tune-up game, or do you like to have a game like that Pitt had, where it was a back and forth game? And
Right.
coming off that back and forth game though, too, is the emotions going into that game. We're playing our rival and we win. You're gonna have a letdown going in the next game because it's just now it's just okay. We're playing Tennessee.
Right.
It's no
They
rivalry there, no real big history there. Like you said, that last year, Tennessee was upset, they lost, but still, it's you don't think either of these teams are going to get up for you to be amped up, like, oh, we're playing Pitt, or oh, we're playing Tennessee.
Right. There's a
nothing
slight
there.
from the article I was reading about the Tennessee coach talking about the situation in the game and everything. There's a slight mark on their calendar that they did. I guess Tennessee was, looking forward to this game because we did go down there and upset them last year. But they do have a bit of a chip on their shoulder. And you know what? I think if this team comes out any less prepared than it did for West Virginia, we could easily lose to Tennessee.
And Tennessee's coming in unranked, pitch ranked. So yeah, I guess there's something there for Tennessee to get fired up about last year. And then, hey, let's knock off this team. We're an unranked team. Let's knock off number 17 in the land and see what happens.
I think for Pitt, it's like what you were saying. You got to you have to find a way to get yourself up for the game. In that sense, it's big that you start off 17, you win your first game, and it's the big rivalry. You don't want to come out and lay an egg next week because but that happens a lot to Pitt, and it's happened to them in the past. So let's see if this team is ready to turn the page.
Yeah, and last year they were able to, like I said before, they were able to sneak up on everyone. Now they have no chance to sneak up on people.
Right.
They won the league last year. It's a pretty decent bowl game. Starting off 17, everyone's gunning for them this year. There's no hiding. There's no sneaking your way through games, surprising people. It's going to be a challenge this year.
Absolutely. You know what? And a lot of people are already circling the Miami game, the last game of the year. It's going to be big. Miami's going to whoop us, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? There's 10 games between then and now.
Yeah.
A lot could happen. That Miami game might not mean anything. I said, we've seen it happen before. And you know what? Until this team, it's obvious they are moving forward. They're doing the right things to help the organization up there in Oakland. But like I said, it just remains to be seen, and we still have to wait it out and see if they actually do turn the page, or it's just another step along the way, and it's going to have to continue to next year, to the next year, the next year. But we are in the running. We are in the race. Let's hope for the best, man. You beat Tennessee, you're off to a good start.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Miami's schedule. They still have to play. They have Texas A&M in 2 weeks, and they're 6th overall right now. So by the time Miami gets there, they're playing. They've already played a higher ranked team, and then they got Clemson the week before Pitt. So I think kind of premature to start looking ahead to see how Pitt and Miami is going to fare at the end of the year. It's
I could give two shits less about Miami. I never really could. Like I said, I know a lot of people down in Southern Florida, or they look forward to this for some reason. I don't know why they would look forward to playing Pitt. However, they are. It's a big game to them.
Yeah. Well, they no longer have Miami. I mean, I'm sorry, like Florida and Florida State.
Yeah.
They really don't, I see Florida State on the schedule. I don't see Florida. So you got to find a rival somewhere now.
Florida State, they win their second game already this year. I think
they upset LSU.
That was an amazing game, and an even more amazing finish, man. That guy missed that field goal for LSU. I thought, you got getting me, man.
Chip Kelly's not off to a good start down there.
What's that?
Chip Kelly's not off to a good start down there.
Yeah, right.
He come in like his first press conference using some janky Southern accent. So he might want to start working on his next accent, because he might not last down there long. He has to figure out where he's going.
Considering Jim Kelly is from here in Pennsylvania, where he comes up with this Southern accent.
Chip Kelly, not Jim Kelly.
Who is it?
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly. What am I thinking?
Yeah, you said Jim Kelly. I'm like, my man ain't coaching nowhere.
And did he die? No, he's not dead.
No, I don't think he's dead yet.
He had something, right?
Yeah, he had like cancer a couple times. Yeah.
Last college news I have is the Rose Bowl hits all-time low attendance in first game for UCLA since announcing their move to the Big Ten.
I seen that. It was a rather empty game. It looked like a spring practice type game. The attendance.
Yeah, right.
Or like the local high school championship game was being played,
Yeah. So, there you have that. I mean, I think that they'll eventually adjust, but UCLA usually has, they usually have a decent turnout because
Yeah.
it's LA.
Yeah.
And kids in LA like to party unless, it's a sign of the times. And you know what? People just don't party anymore, man. Times have definitely got different.
Oh, they still party. They're doing weird shit we never even heard of.
Yeah, right. So that's that for the
Oh, yeah. It was this weird scene that when I saw that picture, I'm like, oof.
Yeah, right.
It was shocking.
A new leaf is being turned. You think that they wouldn't be involved,
Well, it's probably like that protesting, like, hey, we don't agree with this, so we're just not going to go. But give it a while, they'll turn back up.
Your boy, Jesse James, Mike, your boy Jesse James, former tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers, signs with division rival Cleveland Browns over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. People were on Twitter like, "Oh my God, how could he? He needs a job."
Yeah, because
this is a job, people.
Yes.
You guys are you went from he caught the ball tie, he didn't catch it. Y'all fickle. He needs a job.
You know what? If that wouldn't have happened during the New England game, we would have forgot about that play so long ago.
Yeah.
It just had to be the game that our attempt at a game-winning drive against the Patriots, and
Well, what's he supposed to do?
Remember Jesse James forever.
Yeah. What's he supposed to do? Not go to the Cleveland Browns? Not play his not do his job? Guys are morons.
Good for him.
Heck yeah. I always like Jesse James, even though now he's on the dirty Browns. I'm gonna dislike him for this period, but once he's done with the Browns, he'll be cool again.
I just say this: I like our tight ends better, and you know what? If he was better than these guys, he would be here. And I like our guys. I'm happy that we have them, and whatever he does, he does. It's not,
he's been in the league for a while now, so he's getting towards the end of his career. It's not like he's a young spring chicken anymore that we can bring him in. But like you said, I like the three that we have.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't say no to him coming back. Shit.
Right. I would take Jesse James over Gentry.
Nah, I'd take him over Connor Hayward.
I would take the Freiermuth, James, Hayward, and you would trade Hayward for him, huh?
Mm-hmm. Just because of the last name.
So studies say, Mike, that when Renegade is played at Acrisure Stadium, the Steelers win 60% of those games, and the other team is 7 times more likely to fumble the ball the next play after Renegade is played. This is a college study. When Renegade is played, the Steelers win 60% of those games. And the other team is 7 times more likely to fumble the very next play after the Renegade is played.
Well, Renegade's played it every game, so that means they
Yeah.
So they win a lot of home games because they haven't had a losing season in forever. So take that with a grain of salt. But recently when Renegade's been played, it has not worked out well. The play after and stuff. No, I remember back in the day though, Renegade would play. It always seemed like Deshae Townsend was making a play somewhere.
Right.
He's either picking someone off, getting a strip sack from that slot blitz or something. But recently, man, Renegade it's lost its luster.
I'm fascinated by the 7 times more likely to fumble on the next play. I mean, that's
weird.
an impact. It's doing something.
I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of Renegade because it's a shitty ass song, like a terrible song. Like, how does that strike fear into anyone? How does that pump anyone up? It's just so stupid. Get the fuck fuck
think
out of
it's
here
that
with that
build up
nonsense.
too. It's that build up. It's that boring slow part that
It's
just
just
starts the
so
song.
and
And,
bam, bam,
everybody
bam.
kind of
It's like it's so flat and it sounds so stock and generic. Of course, Western Pennsylvanians would love this shit. They're all fucking liquored up. They don't know what's going on. It's a terrible ass
yeah,
song. It's a terrible song.
absolutely.
Like most places have like, will have like Thunderstruck or Hit the Lights or Hell's Bells or For Whom the Bell Tolls, something fucking badass. No,
Yeah.
we get Styx and Renegade. Fuck out of here, that nonsense. I remember
Oh,
being at a game the first time this thing played. I'm like, what the hell's going on? All these junk Canadians. I'm like these are some badass highlights, but this song sucks.
I tell you what, when that beginning starts all the way until it rocks out, you just feel it. The energy.
Yeah,
People are, it's once it gets their attention, then they get their towels out and they start waving it. Man, it's an experience.
and at the game that I was at, they played it. They lost.
That
That was a
was
game like
one of the 40% that.
uh-huh. It
Yeah.
was against the Bengals. It's when Ben was balling out and the defense typically choked it away.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting all the Yinzer hotspots, making fun of the Renegade, making fun of the Haywards, making fun of the defense, supporting Ben. I am just
Next thing you know, you'll be saying you don't like coleslaw on your sandwiches, weirdo.
I like a good Randy sandwich. I ain't gonna lie.
My personal opinion on that is how they came up with the coleslaw out of all the food, all the different kind of people that came here in the
It's so
70s
good.
working a steel mill. Coleslaw is what you came up with
But it's so
ultimately to
good.
be the sandwich of the Pittsburgh area.
You put your meat, your fries, your coleslaw. It works so well.
It's good. I like it. I'll get them, but
I do. Right? Yeah.
kind of
At
an
least
odd
it wasn't
decision to be out of
sauerkraut.
everything in the world.
Yeah, at least it wasn't sauerkraut. Because if it was
Yeah.
sauerkraut, I'd be bad mouthing for Manny's up and down the street. But now I sing their praises because their fucking sandwiches are shit.
What do the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers have in common? Everything. Three of the five. Sorry, 3 of the 5 outside linebackers for the Tennessee Titans were former Pittsburgh Steelers. The 4th of 5 went to Pitt.
Uh-huh.
Of course, Bud Dupree.
Yes.
Ollie, I forget how you say his name. ADENIILY.
Yeah. The dude from like Akron or Akron.
Darrell Tuska, and they were all former Steelers, and Rashad Weaver, who is out of Pitt.
Yeah.
They like their Pitt linebackers or Pittsburgh linebackers.
They do. I'd only really take one of them. I take Bud Dupree.
Yeah,
and everyone else can bump off down the road.
But on the other hand, Mike, who was the Steelers linebacker back in the day before New England? It was their head coach, Mike Vrabel.
So, I was like disappointed when we lost Vrabel.
Yeah, everyone liked Vrabel.
I liked him. He was a good linebacker, but we just had at that point, man, we had so many inside and outside linebackers.
Yeah.
That our backups could start, and they had to sit there for 3 years until, all right, you're too old to bump you out. This guy's going to come right in. So it was a numbers game for poor Vrabel, but I was always sad. I was sad when he left.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were. I mean, he wasn't one of the best linebackers,
but he was a solid.
He was a solid linebacker that filled that depth role perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
When Vrabel was in there, you didn't feel like there was much of a drop down between the number one guy and himself. When he left, I mean, the guy was a monster. I remember seeing him in bodybuilding magazines.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tough guy through and through. And I know that he likes his Pittsburgh linebackers, apparently, huh?
Why not? The Pittsburgh linebackers still have that mystique.
Yes.
Even though it's kind of wearing thin on like how many good linebackers we have.
Yeah.
Because right now we got TJ and Miles Jack. That's about it.
Yeah. And, I don't think it's going to change. Here we are 50 years out almost. Right? I think 50 years from 72 when the whole linebacker era started in Pittsburgh. And we still have the mystique. Yeah. So I guess let's run with it.
It's like Penn State being linebacker U. They still pulled out, damn good college linebackers and never once want to get one that catches on in the pros. I mean, like look at Micah Parsons. Yeah. Drafted by the Cowboys, became one of the best defensive players in the league last year.
Right.
He was playing, outside linebacker or inside linebacker, playing on the D line. I think a couple times he was trying to line up at cornerback. This dude is such a freak athlete. Penn State, baby. I just had to get that in there.
Let's take our black and gold off. Gisele Bundchen left home after what was called an epic fight with Tom Brady. She went to Costa Rica. The big stir apparently is she wants Mr. Brady to retire. Mr. Brady came back after a brief retirement. She wants time with the family, the kids,
Mhm.
everything, all that fun stuff. Your supermodel wife walks out, goes to Costa Rica. What do you do? What do you do if you're the GOAT in this situation?
Uh, Deuces. You all find yourself another quarterback. I'm following my supermodel billionaire wife,
Yeah,
and that's where I'm going.
yeah,
Happy wife, happy life. Tom, you've won 7 Super Bowls at this point. You have nothing else to prove. Really only came back because you didn't announce your retirement. It was leaked, and that's the reason you're coming back. Yeah,
absolutely.
go. I'd go chase after my supermodel
I would
wife.
too.
She's hot. She's rich. Like I've seen her in interviews. Seems smart, witty, funny. Like what more do you want?
Yeah,
If she would tell me to take out the trash, I'd be like, yes, ma'am. Trash out.
maybe he wants more guys smacking him on the ass. Who knows?
Hey, who knows? Hey, Tom, it's 2022. Come on out.
Yes, sir. Also, another interesting relationship, sports related story, Mike. Now here the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, Larsa Pippen, is spotted in Miami with Michael Jordan's son Marcus Jordan, apparently on a dinner date. Michael Jordan's son Marcus and Scottie Pippen's ex-wife Larsa were
Once
spotted
again,
together in Miami on a date type dinner. What do you
once
think
again,
of
once again, the Jordans can't do anything without the Pippins.
that?
They can't win without the Pippins.
I don't know how I didn't know that was coming.
Little Jordan's just carrying on dad's tradition. Like, fuck, man, life's kind of rough. We ain't winning nothing. Get yourself a Pippin.
I do not know how I didn't see that coming. I should have known. I should have known better.
Should have known. As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, you know it's coming. When a Jordan needs a win, they get themselves a Pippin. That's kind of weird though, man. That's like,
Yeah.
like how like you probably knew her. Like, were you born when you guys were still on the team together and like the family's hanging out? So that'd be kind of weird. That's creepy. Not like
weird.
not, like younger guys or women. I don't. As long as you're all legal and it's fun, you consenting, yeah, do it. But that's just kind of weird. That'd be like that's just weird. It's someone who's probably known you your entire life, and then you're gonna get no.
Did Zach Wilson set the trend?
Right? That's true. That's true. This is true.
So that's a lot of sports that I have.
Man.
Here's a story, Mike, that I think it would tickle most people if this happened to them. Crypto.com accidentally sends a woman $10 million instead of $100. She ran out and bought a mansion. Yeah. I hope you're ready to trade your big house for the big house, because unless I don't know, unless there's
hey, that's like on crypto.com, man. They send it to her wallet. This isn't like a banker.
Right.
This is hey, why is crypto.com why did they transfer this to my wallet? That's on them.
Yeah.
Crypto market's it's unregulated, and that's the like people like us who invest in that market. Those are the risks we take. There are no safety nets, and crypto.com, guess what? You done fucked up, Ron. You done fucked up.
Would you keep it?
I'd keep it.
Imagine next year when this lady has to pay taxes on that mansion, she's gonna be shitting, man.
She's gonna pay taxes on that. Oh god, yeah, because you pull that money out, you're paying at the highest tax rate.
Yeah.
No, so you're figuring for state, federal, and local, you're losing 50% of that money. And then on that mansion, right? That money would be moved around to so many different wallets and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be moving that shit around.
Yeah. I mean, if there was no reason, no way that they could, haul you off and
I'm trying to think like what they
Fuck
can
you in the
do.
ass legally, I would certainly keep it. Shit.
Yeah,
What?
you dropped it into my wallet. Thank you. You
Absolutely.
people like companies do airdrops and shit like that all the time for contests,
Yeah.
and it's not your fault that they put in the wrong amount.
No.
And crypto is largely unregulated. It's the Wild West. That's why we invested in it because it's fun, it's risky, and it's exciting.
Right.
And hey, more power to her.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah, because it's not like they can go in and take that money back.
Let's just hope. Let's just hope it's our accounts next time.
Let me pull up my wallets here. Let's take a look. Ski. Nope, nothing.
Black China. Black China reportedly makes $20 million per month from OnlyFans.
Ooh,
$1 million a month
holy shit.
on OnlyFans.
That's a lot of money. And why? I'm looking at it right now.
Is she? Yeah. What's she look like? What's going on with her? Is she
I don't find her that attractive, but I can see why people would.
real? Yeah.
Yeah, she's just not my type.
$20 million a month, Mike.
20 million a month. That is insane.
She could have bought
Let's do some
two
math
of that
here.
lady's mansions
Yeah,
and not had to
that's
worry
only
about.
240 million a year, right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So there you have it. We need a reason
Hey,
to be depressed today.
more
There you
power
go.
to her. Uh-oh. Internet
Huh?
problems. I hate my computer. Yeah.
Can you
Oh,
still see
I
me?
got plenty of reasons to be depressed. I can still see you.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're still recording. Hopefully, we'll find out.
Kim has diarrhea a lot.
I see this.
Like way more than a normal person should have it. Kanye West wrote on his Instagram over the
Oh,
weekend.
I
Kim
was.
has diarrhea a lot, like way more times than a normal person should have it.
I like how that he posted a screenshot of her like, "Wow, why are you sharing her private stuff online?" He's like, "I know you sent this from the toilet."
Yes,
I
yes.
was dying. Like, oh,
I love it. Could you imagine the amount of shit that could come out of that huge ass?
it's probably all the plastic been leaving her body from all of her surgeries.
Kanye's been the
Ugh.
best thing that's ever happened to Kim Kardashian, and it's been since they separated.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I
this dude's
love it.
wild. He's wild, man. He
I
keeps.
like Kanye.
I think they're all fucking crazy. I can do without any of them. But
Yeah,
this stuff right here, it just cracks me up.
good stuff.
I love when celebrities air their dirty laundry. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're just like me.
Bed Bath & Beyond executive Gustavo Arnell faced a $1.2 billion stock suit, and then he fell out a window way up in a high-rise building in New York City over the weekend, Mike. His wife was in the room. Apparently, he just made a decision to jump and end his life. Jumped out of the high-rise building, and now the $1.2 billion stock suit he does not have to face and worry about, I guess.
Well, I'll win for him.
Right?
I mean, fuck.
Uh,
If you don't have that kind of money lying around, I guess the only thing you can do is either flee the country or jump out your window.
yeah. Yeah, why
It'd
couldn't he
be
just fake his death like everybody else is doing?
exactly. Be smart about it, bro. Like, go. You probably can go hide out somewhere for a couple years until this blows over. Statute of limitations are over.
Yeah,
You got that kind of money, you should be able to hide. And if not, you're doing something wrong in life. Now watch them go after his wife now. That would be the funny part. She'd have to go through the suit all now. He thinking that he's saving his family from all this nonsense, and boom, they get hit with it all, and they have to deal with it. That would be kind of funny. Oh God, Ryan completely froze. Oh no, his picture's gone and everything. This is not good, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. He is back.
hey, 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 hey,
Oh God, this episode can end fast enough, man.
hey.
Internet
all-
dropping, freezing everywhere.
It's all good. I was just telling the audience that our Hurricane Earl is on its way to the States. It's going to be the first major tropical storm of the season, which we are having a lot of weather issues today, as you could tell. So there you go. Hurricane season is kicking off. Weather is kicking off. We can get a lot of rain, which is good for football season. I like that.
Oh yeah, good muddy football games. You said it was Hurricane Earl?
Tropical storm Earl. I'm sorry.
Oh, tropical storm Earl. I'm gonna say because normally like hurricanes have women names.
Yeah. Tropical storm Earl.
Earl. My name is Earl. Earl.
An AI, Mike. An AI won an art contest.
I think this.
And artists are furious. You know what? Rightfully so. If the competition is between human artists, I think that AI artists should stay out of it unless it is set up to that point, to where everybody has an understanding that, what this computer has, that they can win this competition or whatever it was. But as far as anything that we do right now, I think it should just be only human artists because,
the category that the AI won, it was like if you read the rules and stuff, it fit into that category. So it was in the right category.
But it's not a person.
But it was in the right category. It was in the right category for the. I remember because I read the article about it, and they entered it. It was entered into the right thing. People complain like, "Oh, it's just taking images from here and there." Like, yeah, like that's what like art is. Art is a lot of like imitations from and stealing from and borrowing from and being an homage to. So it really did nothing. It's like when people bitch when like the camera was invented. Oh, photography is an art. Only painting is art. No, art is art. I don't care who creates it.
It's a competition, and you have all these very fine artists. I'm sure. I don't know who the artists were. However, it's in my opinion, it's unfair to have them to compete against the computer.
Step your game up. Like, you should be able to beat that computer in that art contest.
Endless amount of mere humans. I think that if you have a competition between AI to see who has the best competition or the best artwork between these computers.
Oh, you're freezing. Oh, you're freezing. You're frozen right at the height of your argument. So that means I actually win the argument because right now everyone can hear me, not you. So I win, you lose. Boo, stick your head in doo-doo. That's how we settle arguments now.
You still there?
I'm still here. You froze. I'm like you're frozen in the height of your arguments that far. That means I win by default because no one was able to hear your arguments. So boo, stick your head in doo-doo.
All I said was basically just like Watson on Jeopardy. Once you put the computer against the human, the computer is limitless as far as what it knows. And the human, just has its artistic abilities and its imagination. So I think that creates an unfair situation. Ultimately, have a competition between the AIs. I mean, see what kind of great, amazing art that they can come up with. I would be more than happy. I would love to see what they come up with. But I think once you're doing a competition form of anything, I don't think you could pin a computer against the person.
But that computer AI and that computer art was entered into the right category for that competition.
Of course it was. It's a computer.
It was. No, it was entered into their categories to submit your art, and the person who had the AI do it submitted it into the correct one, and the people who lost are just being little babies. Read the rule books, people. Read your shit.
I just think, I don't think it's a rule.
I see where you're coming from. It wasn't like the overall art competition. It was like this small little category that it won.
Because art is, I understand that there is an argument.
Art is art. Doesn't matter who creates it.
Who? That's the key. Who being a person, I think.
It doesn't matter what creates the art.
See, that's where I disagree because again, the computer is limitless as far as its knowledge and abilities, and humans are very limited. So that's what. Again, I would love to see an AI on AI competition as far as the art goes. I would love to see what the top AI could create in a competition between a bunch of AI. I think that we might have some amazing art. I think there might be things in there that's going to happen in the future that it's able to maybe somewhere predict. It would be cool. I think it would be cool to see all AI, but at the end of the day, I think it's a little unfair to run up against humans.
I I see where you're coming from. I just don't want to concede my point. I'm going to be stubborn.
Totally fine. Like I got something I want to talk about for the next 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
It's official. I'm never gonna have any friends ever again.
Uh-oh.
As long as I live. I had a friend of mine, someone that we, we went to school in, junior high together all the way through. And we talk semi-regularly through text.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only person from school that I could say that I have that relationship with. But we haven't seen each other in a long time. But anyway, we decided on Saturday, I had to go near his house to do some stuff. So I gave him a call. I'm like, hey, do you want to hang out for a little bit? It had to do with my vehicle and the vehicle being in the garage, and I had time. So I got a hold of him. I said, look, let's go take a walk around the town that we grew up in. So we did, and everything went well. And he says, he gets this amazing idea. He said, when everything was done with what I had to do, he says, why don't I, I'll come out to your house and we'll hang out for the day. I said, all right, why not, right?
Yeah.
How about, what's the harm in that? Well, he on the way says, stop at the liquor store. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I said, yeah, that's cool, man. So we stopped at the liquor store, he got his thing. We went back to my house and we're, just hanging out, and he's taking his shots, and we're talking. But anyway, it gets to the point where it starts to become too much.
Yeah.
He became too much. I don't like him any less. I just don't. I just like him afar now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And he's at the house, and we're having a good time and everything. But eventually, when you're having this, you eventually get to that point where you're kind of getting tired of it. And you want to kind of the night to end.
Yeah.
He says, well, I'll just stay over, and then blah blah blah. I said, okay. You're thinking to myself, you're kind of getting on my nerves already. But you know what? If we go to sleep, end the whole fucking thing, kill the whole thing, then things will be okay. I'll get ready first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So after a couple hours, and he's there, and he finishes his whole bottle of vodka, and getting on my nerves to the highest degree. Just weird things, like kind of just like standing there lingering over me, or like little things that's just kind of annoying in life. And he hit the mark on every one of the things that could have been annoying in life that he could have possibly did. And then once he starts drinking, he turns back into that kid that he was when we were younger and we grew up together. So now he's annoying in that sense. He's touching everything. He's going through everything. What's this? What's that?
Oh,
and
God.
yeah. So I finally just said, I'm going to fucking put my head down on a pillow here on the couch. And I figure, you know what? He's going to get the hit, fall asleep, blah, blah, blah. So I pass out for probably about an hour. And I wake up at probably, I don't know, 2 in the morning. And he is down on the far end of the couch, conked out, slobbering everywhere on the couch that I'm laying on. So at that point, I wanted him gone. So I get up, I do a couple things. Well, here he hops up like a fucking spring chicken, like he's never been asleep yet. So now he's wide awake. I'm up. I just wanted to kind of get up to figure out what I could do to lay down more comfortably.
Yeah.
Now he's back up. And I think on that bout when he got up during that period of time, I think that he might have taken coke.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because now he has the energy of a high school football team running out on the field for the biggest game of the season in the middle of the night in my house.
Oh, shit.
I'm so frustrated. I wanted to be doing anything else in the world, but that at the moment and go through that. And now there's no going to sleep for him.
No,
No going to sleep for him. He took coke and now he's
ready to go.
He's ready to go. So we got to my house around 4:00 the previous day. Now he's wide awake. And I keep trying to just put my head down on a pillow, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna try to get to sleep. I didn't say, dude, you look like you took something. It seems like coke, So he again, still, and my house ain't the biggest place. You've been to
No,
my
yeah,
house.
it's a small house. Yeah.
You got two grown men bumping heads against each other. And I don't want to be so mean because, like I said, he's been my friend my whole life.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of being a dick when he's like, kind of, he's in the kitchen. I'm like, what are you doing? Like I'm just kind of treating him like I don't know, like he's my kid, basically. What are you doing, And so he's going on and on and on about these $200 Ray-Ban sunglasses he got.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. So he puts them on to try to help him go to sleep. Well, that ain't working. He goes, I'm gonna go lay in the small bedroom. I was like, okay. And again, I know he wasn't gonna fall asleep, so I thought this is just gonna be fuckery the whole fucking way through.
Uh-huh.
So he's in there and I hear bang, slam, smash.
Oh my
The
God.
house shakes a little bit. I get up. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, I think I face planted. And he's holding his fucking Ray-Ban sunglasses,
Oh God.
which one of the lenses popped out. I have them somewhere around here. And the other lens has a crack in the glass now.
Oh man.
This was after 3 seconds of going into the little room. So I go in and already he kind of has things rearranged. He moved this one thing over that he was going to lay on. And it's in the middle of the room. I thought, you know what? If it's something to keep him away from me, more power to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I come back out on the couch and I can hear he has his earbuds in and they're so fucking loud. I can hear them out on the couch. So, I'm just irritated. I'm pissed. I'm thinking, I can't wait to get up in the morning. I gotta get rid of this guy. He's insane. He's just insane.
Oh,
And
shit.
then a couple hours goes by and I decide to sneak by to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
This son of a bitch, he has the thing that he's sitting on and he's probably about 2.5 feet away from the door, facing the door. Like he's sitting there like staring out the door. Yeah, I
He's just waiting for you. He was waiting for you to walk by.
Mike, this is so okay. So then he scares the shit out of me. I hear his music. I think, okay, there's a slight possibility he may have fell asleep. Probably didn't, but if I could sneak by the room again, I didn't know that that's where he was seated at the time.
Uh-huh.
I sneak by, no lights on, but he's sitting right there about 2 feet from the door, and he sees me and he goes, "Yeah, dude." And again, you hear this music blasting out his ears. And I thought, I fucking hate you, man. I hate you right now. He's like, "You going to the bathroom?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the bathroom. At some point, he fucking took my phone charger that I had right beside me on the couch here. So I go to plug my phone in when I come from the bathroom and the charger's gone. I got, less than 5% on my phone. I thought I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there to look for the charger because then that just opens a whole other can of worms. So here it is, 4 o'clock the next day. He still hasn't slept yet. Getting on my nerves to the highest degree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no smokes. I gotta go to the store. How far is the store? Can I walk to the store? I need smokes. What am I gonna do without smokes? I'm having a nicotine fit. I need smoke. And he's just going on with this. And I'm thinking, shut the fuck up. So I'm not saying anything. I'm sitting there, I'm furious. I'm just trying to think of how to get rid of him. And he's like, "What's wrong? You okay? Let me go get cigarettes. I'll go get cigarettes. Want me to walk down and get cigarettes? How much are cigarettes at the store? I need cigarettes. I can't have cigarettes. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I don't have cigarettes." And I'm just looking at him like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. So finally, like I said, 24 hours later, and he's still wide awake. I thought at some point halfway through the middle of the morning, if he fell asleep, he would just be out for days.
Yeah.
And I could basically just step over him and live my life in that, capacity. However, 24 hours later, he's still as excitable as he was the first minute I seen him. I said, and he goes, "I should just move in with you. We should be roommates." I said, "Bro, bruh. I got a lot of shit going on right now. And I kind of have to do some figuring out with things and I just have all kind of stuff going on." I was like, "I'm gonna take you home and then I'm gonna come home and do what I have to do. And you would have thought I fucking killed his mother. He stopped talking to me. Like he got upset, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I try to, like, make little jokes to kind of make it a little less
Yeah.
tense. And I don't know if it's the coke or what, but now he's shitty. Oh, I don't know. What am I gonna do now? Wow, I might as well just stop and get smokes. Take me home. Yeah, take me home. Yeah, take me right now.
Oh,
Drop me where you kicked
wow.
me off. I so I immediately grabbed everything I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Started saying, "All right, let's go, man. I got shit I gotta do. Man, you got to go."
Mm-hmm.
So he lives over on the other side of the bridge there from the town that I'm from. And I just the ride couldn't go fast enough, Mike. It really couldn't. But I got rid of him. I came home. I don't know if it was I ripped my shirt off. Like I was so out of place with somebody else being in my house,
Yes.
that wasn't family or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Come home, I ripped my shirt off. I opened, new pack of cigarettes. I light 6 up at a time. Take my medication, everything I had to do to keep my sanity.
Yeah.
Mike, it made me a total mess. I was a mental case,
Yeah.
and I just sat there and stared at the wall for about 6 hours once I came home because it was such a fucking thing.
Yeah.
My inner being needed to settle.
Yeah. Everything was thrown off from just that one visit.
Woo! So it's been since high school, and I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be at least that until the next time with this guy.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
And the only thing I regret,
That does
one
not
of the
sound like
things I
fun.
regret is that I didn't get the whole thing on video. I should have just started videoing because
Yeah.
dude, he was insane. It was insane, and he's kind of an insane person to begin with. I mean, he's
Yeah.
not really a normal person, and that's
Mhm.
he's kind of out there. But man, it turned into like we were 19 years old again, and like I
Mhm.
said, for that period of time when he was drinking and a few shots, it was had a couple beers, it was okay. We had fun.
Yeah.
We talked about old times and talked about a lot of things we had fun doing.
Yeah.
But once that window closed, that window
Mhm.
that window of time closed, it became a hell. It was a hell. It was a
Yeah.
hell, Mike.
Yeah. And like if he was, doing other substances too, he doesn't realize that he's being annoying.
He's knocking shit over. Like
Yeah.
he's wobbly when he's standing by things. I said, Chris, don't stand there. Don't stand there. And he's like, well, why? Well, for one, don't ask me why. For two,
Yeah.
because you're fucking wobbling. And if you knock shit over, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything's just building up this whole entire time. And at one point, the neighbor texted and she asked me something. And I was like, well, I can't. My friend's here. He's driving me crazy. I gotta babysit him.
Yeah, that's why I don't bring people to my house. I don't have
This
to
is
deal
why
with that
I'm
nonsense.
never gonna have that again, dude. It was
Yeah.
it damn near killed me.
Yeah. This is why I go to other people's places so I can just,
Yeah.
I can leave.
I'm still not right. I think I have some kind of post-traumatic fucking stress shit, dude.
Yeah.
I walked around the corner, well, because I usually keep the bedroom, that small room's door closed when I'm there, and
Yeah.
and it was still open from when he was here, and I kind of had a PTSD or whatever a moment. I did.
You
I
had a
walked around the corner,
flashback
I
or
seen the
something
door,
like, "Ugh."
and it startled me. I
triggered.
thought, oh my god, that's where he was sitting, 2
Yeah.
fucking inches from that fucking door, throwing devil horns at me.
Good dude, you go to the bathroom.
Then he used all my toilet paper. It was like it was one thing after fucking
God.
another, dude. One thing after another.
This is bad. This is bad.
Yeah, it was a really bad situation.
Not a fun time. Not a fun time for you.
Not at all. But on the lighter note, they did have the big show at Pullman Park this weekend up at Butler.
Yes.
From what I see on the internet, it looked like everything went good. There was a lot of people there. Some I recognized in the picture, some I didn't. However, they seemed like a lot of the artists were excited at how things went well, and I'm happy. I'm excited for every one of them. They were I know everybody
Yes.
was excited for the big September 3
Yes.
show. So good for them. Congratulations, guys. I bet
Yes.
you it was a great time. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
2dumbyinjures.com, and it's spelled just like it is right over Ryan's shoulder. Excuse me, 2dumyinzers.com, 2dumbyinjures.com. Head over there. We have links to YouTube, Spotify, merchandise store, email links, all that fun stuff. Everything you need, 2dumbyinjures. It's at 2dumbyinjures.com.
We do thank everybody for stopping by. Mike, do you
Yes.
have anything before we take off this afternoon?
I got nothing as always. Yeah, I just can't wait for tomorrow's show and the day after and the day after, and bang out this week of shows. I'm feeling pumped and I'm feeling amped.
Absolutely. As
And my
always.
car is still fucking in the shop. No one knows what's going on with it. They can't
Shut
figure
up.
out what's wrong. Yes, I am like a ball of stress and depression.
Wow.
Yeah, no one knows what's going on.
Wow. I had some vehicle issues over this weekend, which I'll talk to you about off the air. I don't think they're very entertaining. So I left them out of the long story. But
oh.
if you feel they're entertaining, maybe I'll talk about them tomorrow. But I do also have some vehicle issues over the weekend that I could pretty much pull my fucking hair out.
Oh, mine too. I already pulled mine out.
But unfortunately, we are out of time.
Yes.
Everybody. We thank everybody. We thank everybody
Yes,
for
thank you.
stopping by. As always, our show, we do go Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day through the week. So please continue to keep checking us out. And if you are already, we thank you. The show does get uploaded in podcast form this evening, every evening at 8 o'clock, the show from that morning. So this show here will be uploaded this evening at 8 o'clock, so on. And we do that every day. So just in case you're confused on how that works, that's the process. But like I said, we do want to thank you so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. From Mike, Ryan, the 2 Dumb Yinzers, see you tomorrow.
Deuces.